Hello, dear parents and guardians. I'm Teacher Aliville, and I hope this message finds you and your wonderful learners in great spirits. Today, I have some important updates to share regarding our homeschooling journey together. So, let's dive right in. Firstly, we understand that each family has its own unique rhythm and style of learning. To support the diversity and to ensure that everyone has ample time for the various learning activities, we're extending the first quarter submission deadline to December 15, 2023. We believe that this will provide a more comfortable timeline for all our families. So now let's talk about the submission process, which we've streamlined for your convenience. Here's what you need to know. So over here I have the grade 3 homeschool teams as an example. And first of all, as a reminder, for those who have not submitted their quarterly exams, please do so in the assignments tab. You will find that in your teams there's a general channel, and then you will find that the assignments are posted right here. Each one will be for the exam that is made by PPIS. So all you have to do is download the quarterly exam, have your child answer it, and then attach it back here, and so that the PPIS subject teacher can give the corresponding grade for it. Now, if for example you have a different way of assessing your child for this particular subject, you can also attach a photo or another documentation that you used in order to do the quarterly assessment. The most important subjects that we have to complete for the quarterly exams would be the major subjects. So that would be math, English, Filipino, science, and Araling Panlipunan or social studies. For those subjects, we have to have the quarterly exams as part of the submission process. For the minor subjects such as MAPE or TLE, if you are doing projects for your activities, then that's also fine. You could put that in your portfolio. So once the exams are graded, it will be returned to you, and now you have to upload it back here in the DepEd requirements. So you will find that in your teams there's a new channel called DepEd requirements, and if you click on that, you will find that there's a submissions tab here on top, and there you will find the name of your child, and when you click on it, the folders are already ready for you for your submissions. So as I said, the quarterly exams will be here. For the portfolio, you'll find a helpful Canva template link again under the Submissions tab. So feel free to use this or any other format you prefer, but remember, creativity is the key, and as much as you can, include your child in the process. So in this example, we have a document here that when you open, you will find the first quarter portfolio template as well as some examples of alternative ways that you could put together your children's portfolio. So we have another Canva template here. It's a Canva site, a Wakelet, a collection, and a video made from PowerPoint. But I will show you again the first quarter portfolio. What will open is this. And then you can use this template for your design. And you don't have to have a Canva app for this. So basically, all you have to do is update this based on your own information and activities, and you can upload more pages if you want, but this would be the main guideline that we want to be able to be part of your portfolio. So it would show highlights for each subject, especially the major subjects, like the projects that you made or the activities that you've done. And of course, you can change all of the designs in here, no problem with that. And then don't forget to include um, the projects that you've also done for your minor subjects and any special projects, especially the first quarter project, which is the United Nations Day activity, the prayer for the nations. So please include them here, and we'll also upload in Wakelet or in the website any other submissions, because we'll also collate everything in a different place. So aside from that, put it as part of your portfolio. Now, if you have other activities here that you've done with your co-ops, or maybe field trips that you've also done as a family, please to include some documentation for that. So any activities, competitions, clubs that they've joined for the first quarter, and awards and certificates for anything that they've also achieved during that time. Please put them in, and that would be your proof of learning for the first quarter. Okay, so going back to our submissions, the next is for the learning plan. So when you go back here and the folder for learning plans, we've provided a sample for the grade level that your child is in, and you can either use this as is or modify it if you want to based on your own activities. This is a requirement for all homeschoolers based on the DepEd department order for homeschool program. So that's why we made this available for you. So you could use, again, you could use it as is and just put in your name in there, or if you have any modifications, you are most welcome to put that in so that you could have a record that you could also use maybe for your future children who will also homeschool. If you like the approach that you're doing and you want to document your own learning journey based on your own approach, that is fine. But aside from that, you have your grading sheet and report card. So the grading sheet is based on the DepEd grading system, and we have here an Excel file that you can use. So how do you use this? As you may have noticed, when we open files within Teams, it opens in the inside of it, and you can already edit it in this um, platform. You don't have to download it and then re-upload it. It updates real time, and you don't have to worry because it saves also automatically. So basically, you have to input the data of your child's name in here in the first tab. The school information has already been filled out for you. So after that, put in your numerical grades for all of the subject areas. As a reminder for our younger learners, mother tongue is simply could be just an average of your grades in Filipino or and English, since most of our kids have this actually as their mother tongue, Filipino and English. And then, so what you're gonna do is to put in the highest possible scores for the written works and performance tasks that you've done together. For example, if you have written work that is 10 over 10, so you put in the highest possible score here on this area, and then let's say you scored 8 for your child because he wasn't very interested in what he was doing, so he wasn't completely engaged. But then you have another activity, and it was about his favorite book. So let's say that your score for this is 20 over 20. And as you see, it automatically populates based on the percentage that DepEd has also made. And then performance task is the same. It could be maybe over 100 if that's the grading system that you want to use. And let's say I gave a score of 95 over 100. So this is how it will compute. Now, for the quarterly assessment, for the major subjects, especially for the exams that you have passed in teams for the teachers to grade, you're going to have to wait for the teachers to return it with the actual grade so you can input it here. And let's say it's 50 items or 60 items, and your child was able to answer 55. So the quarterly grade will be 96. And this would automatically populate at the tab for the summary of the quarter grades. So for MAPE, it will average itself, so don't worry about that. Just put in what your activities are, or any quizzes or projects that you've done, or maybe they joined clubs, you had online classes of anything that is related to these topics and subjects, then just put them in. We don't have a minimum or maximum number of written works and performance tasks that we would like to require you, because we believe that how you are approaching this learning experience, that's where your flexibility will really be exercised. So whether you're answering the worksheets that were provided by the school, which is what we call the LAS, or answering from textbooks, or you're not really doing much of that, but instead doing more projects and activities, then as long as you are able to find learning experiences that you could come up with a grade, then that's what you put in here. And so you can compute a quarterly grade that we could put in the report card. Okay, so again, mother tongue is, if you don't have any materials for that, it's basically you could already just average Filipino and English for this particular subject. All right, and then we go to the report card. So for the report card, it's also an Excel format. What you need to know here is you just choose the correct tab for your child's grade level, so grade 3, and then make sure to fill out the name. Don't worry about filling out the LRN. We will do that when we are printing out the report cards. And then just transfer the grades that you've computed using the grading sheet onto the first quarter. And after that, also put in your grades for the character development. So the character development traits that we have put in our report card is based on the core values of Prince of Peace Integrated School. And if you notice, if you're familiar with this, it's actually based on the fruits of the Holy Spirit. So just follow the rubrics, and you will find here that all you need to put is either AO, SO, RO, or NO based on your own observation for your own child. And then fill out the make sure you fill out the complete name of your child so that we don't make a mistake in inputting that in the final report card. If you need more guidance into grading the character, you will find here a tab that explains it in detail, because there will be different teachers for each subject, right? So some of them use this in order to come up with a grade. But for your case, most likely you would not need that to compute. You just put in your own observation. So as you can see, again, if you are editing here in Teams, everything opens up and saves automatically, so you don't have to download the Excel files and the Word documents. You would just need to upload later on the quarterly exams that are graded and your own portfolio if you will have a different way of doing it. If not, just put in the link in the Word document as well. Okay, so we hope that the instructions clarify the submission process, and additionally, the second quarter learning resources or LRN are almost complete. So again, all you have to do is go to the general tab and go to the LRM tab on top. And so there are a few changes regarding this material. So before, remember, the LAS were just plainly worksheets, and then the modules which had the lessons were in a different document. But for second quarter, what happens is the modules are already part of the whole document. So it's more of a self-learning module. As you can see here, you would have the lessons itself, and then the students will be able to answer the exercises and quizzes that are included. All right, since we're here as well, I'd like to give the announcement for the second quarter project. And we've called it Seasons of Service, Embracing Community and Compassion Christmas Challenge. So for this is for the second quarter project, so this will be submitted later on. But as early as now, you could already try looking at it and planning on how you're going to do it as a family. So we have here 12 meaningful challenges. You are only going to choose one, or even if you have a different idea that is related to this, you're very much welcome to also put that in and use that as your own family project. And the idea again is to link the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to community service and compassion, which is bringing out the true meaning of Christmas. And so these activities are a way of giving back to the community and recognizing those who work tirelessly during the festive season. And so ideally would have you document the preparations that you are going to make through photos, videos, or written journals. That could include the planning, the baking or crafting or organizing for any donations that you will have. However, we emphasize that photographing or filming the actual act of giving of service is not required, as it involves the other individuals, the people that you're giving to, who may not be comfortable in being on camera. So that would really depend on your own situation if you still want to also photograph or film that. Um, the ideal project submission would include mainly your preparation, and if you can, have your child do a reflection afterwards, especially for the older kids, like an essay or so. As you can see, the activities are quite straightforward and simple enough for you to be able to do, even if you have just one extra day that you can do this with your child. So, for example, as baking cookies for grocery cashiers or maybe the tricycle drivers in your area. And so, things like this, like preparing refreshments for delivery personnel, like those Grab riders and Shopee riders. Or if you are familiar with orphanages or nursing homes in your area, you could organize donations for pre-loved items, or maybe make Christmas cards or crafts, or help decorate their place for Christmas. So, all these things, different initiatives, encouraging volunteering and really reaching out to the community, so to bring out the real meaning of the season. So, if you have other suggestions that you would like to also share with our other homeschoolers, please send us a message, because if you are organizing something that you think other homeschoolers might want to take part, then please let us know and we'll um, spread the word. So this again will be due as part of the second quarter requirements. So that's all for our announcement for today. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out. It's easier to reach out to me through Messenger if you need a more immediate answer. If not, you could also email me, and I will be sending you a copy of the memorandum for this particular announcement within the day. And we hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.